Hello guys, so I am 36 weeks and 2 days now, so I thought I'd do a little update, let you know how I'm feeling. I'm not feeling brilliant. I've got a nice list here of all the symptoms. So the first one I've got, which I don't think I had last time, as in last update, but also I don't think I had this in my last pregnancy either because she was back to back, but I am having Braxton hicks. My goodness, these things are absolutely crazy. They say it's so difficult to explain how they feel. They say it feels like a tightening, which is down here, and it feels like it all pulls in, and then obviously it squashes around the baby, so then the baby's like kicking and moving about as much as she can in there now. They're weird, and I wouldn't say they hurt, but they do feel really, really strange. And I've never sort of understood what people meant by Braxton hicks until I started feeling them, and I was like, wow, these are weird. But they don't hurt, so I'm not worried that I'm going into labour. And the next thing is, I am not sleeping at all. Pregnancy insomnia has just completely got me. I'm still taking the anti-sickness tablets, which before they were knocking me out completely, but now I'm waking up for hours in the night. I'm really struggling to get to sleep, and I'm so tired. It's ridiculous. I'm trying to get to sleep. I'm suffering not only from like really restless legs, but really restless arms and hands and feet and everything. And it's horrible because I used to suffer from restless legs before I was pregnant if I didn't do enough, if I wasn't active enough. The last couple of days I have been really busy because we've moved. I still can't get to sleep. It's like I'll drop off and then suddenly I'm awake and legs and arms and hands are really hurting, and I just feel like I've got cramp in everything now. The lightning crotch that I've got is extreme, and I think that ties in a bit with the Braxton hicks because when it squeezes the baby, obviously it makes her jump, and she's like head down, she's right down here, and like she jumps and her head is just like bashing into everything, and the pain that shoots through me when that happens, oh my god. I was trying to pack stuff on Tuesday morning, and every time I tried to stand up straight, it was just like she was headbutting me. It was so painful. I've got heartburn. I've got really bad heartburn. And I think I've done really well to only have mild heartburn up till now, because last time it was awful. But yeah, it's just there constantly, and there's no amount of Gaviscon tablets that's getting rid of it, and it gets worse as the day goes on. So by the time I go to bed, it's like full-on acid reflux. I could go and get some omeprazole from the doctors, but I've got less than 2 weeks to go. So I'm just gonna put up with it, I think. I am still feeling sick despite being on 2 different types of medication and being over 36 weeks pregnant. I mean, I accepted a while ago that it was gonna be till the very, very end, and it looks like it's gonna stay that way. I mean, she's moved down a tiny bit. I wouldn't say this bump has dropped much, but she has moved down a tiny bit, which obviously helps a bit with the sickness, and I thought it would help with the heartburn, but that hasn't been the case. I'm on 2 types of insulin now, so I'm on the slow release stuff that I was taking before for my gestational diabetes, which is like 32 units at night, 32 units in the morning, and then I'm also on the quick release stuff, the fast acting stuff before each meal, which I'm only on like 4 units of that, and that just sort of, I was having problems with my any carb that I ate was just like shooting my blood sugar right up, so this has brought it down, managed it a bit. But again, less than 2 weeks to go, so I can deal with that for another 2 weeks. I can't bend down. I can't bend down to do anything. I can't bend down when I'm sitting down to like get my shoes on. I can't bend down to get anything off the floor. I can't bend down to like wash my feet in the shower. That's getting really awkward. If stuff gets dropped, it just has to stay there until someone else picks it up, because it's not so much the pain that causes that. I mean, that doesn't help, but there's just no flexibility in this. It just feels like a big bag of baby, basically. That's what it feels like, and it's not, there's no way to like reach around it. It's also making driving really uncomfortable as well, because obviously when you're pregnant you tend to sit with your legs open, but you can't do that when you're driving. So I'm trying to drive and there's nowhere to rest my bum, and then where it's resting on my legs, it's then pushing everything else up. So if I've eaten anything in like the last 2 hours, it just feels like it's going to come back up again while I'm driving. It's really, really unpleasant. I've got a lot of round ligament pain all under here. Like obviously from the weight of the baby trying to hold it up, and walking is just ridiculous now. That with the PGP and my prolapse means that walking is so uncomfortable. Like my bones literally feel like they're being ripped apart. All the pain under here, trying to hold this bump up. I saw my consultant yesterday and she was like, you just need to rest. Like she actually told me to sit on the sofa and watch Bluey with Isabel. Who doesn't want to do that?
I like watching Paw Patrol.
Because she likes watching Paw Patrol. So yeah, the various different pains in like my lower half means that like walking, I am not even waddling anymore. It's more like a waddle shuffle now. I just think I've got no intention of going anywhere unless I absolutely have to for these next 2 weeks, because it just hurts. We've moved from like this little tiny house that we were renting into quite a big house it's all still being refurbished. It's a building site, so navigating just around the house is causing me issues. I can't breathe. Again, there's no room, but I don't even know where my lungs are now. I'm guessing they're just like right up here and about that big, along with my stomach and my bladder. And I am peeing constantly. Now every time I stand up, I need to have a pee, but also sometimes the baby will move and again she'll like just push, her head will push into my bladder and I'm like, oh, almost peed myself. And then the last bit is, went for a growth scan yesterday, baby's all doing fine. I'm not sure how accurate it is because they like measured her femur and it was on like the 80th centile or something, but she's measuring at 6 pounds 15 ounces, or she's estimated to be there at the moment. So she's probably going to be, based on that, maybe like 7.5 pounds when she comes out in 2 weeks. But the rest of her measurements are fine, so they're always concerned with sort of like having a really big tummy and things with GD babies, but she seems to be fine. So that's 36 weeks for me. I don't know if I'm going to get another update in between now and when the baby comes. Depends how much changes. Can't see how it can get better, but I can't see how it can get worse between now and then, but we'll see. Maybe do like a 38-week update, but yeah, there we go guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.